What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, with all the movement that we've seen within CRO, we understand that we see the price at the level that it's at. We understand the level that it got to. We understand what the high points that we've seen in the past are. But there's always that question as to what is the highest point that it's going to get to? What's the point that I believe it's going to get to? There's so many different places and areas and prices that it could possibly reach, but it's all about who believes it's going to get there and what predictions you have on it actually getting there, what experts think that it's going to get there, what type of data you have to back your overall price prediction, right? So with that, not only does it come like, hey, can it get this to $5 or can this get to a level of $10? Can this get to a $100 billion market cap, $200 billion market cap? But the question always comes, can it compete with other projects that are out there? And one big project that people like to compare to, even though it's nowhere close when it comes to market cap or even in price, is BNB. And we like to compare it with BNB because it seems like CZ absolutely hates CRO. CZ absolutely hates crypto.com and Chris and everything associated with that side of things. So people like to compare it. They like to say, look, this position, CRO, is going to be just as valuable as BNB is. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything to do with it. We're going to talk about the price of CRO. We're going to talk about getting up there in price value as well as getting up there in market cap value. And then we're also going to look at the chains and understand the strength of those chains and what we can expect there. So hopefully this video is very, very informative for you guys. But make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or follow me on Patreon, those links are also in the description. And one more thing, do not forget about my Rumble account. We're going to be live on Rumble, or we already were live on Rumble at some point this morning. Every weekend we do, more of a Rumble only live stream. We do a full live stream with YouTube and Rumble, but then we cut it off and do a Rumble only live stream for a little bit. So anyways, let's talk about CRO in this video and get that comparison going. So right now, CRO is at a level to where we're seeing it up, right? 3.2% on the day, or 3.5% on the day. We're seeing it around that 10-cent mark, which is fantastic compared to where it was, right? The 5-cent, 4-cent mark. We see everything that has increased. The overall market cap is at a $1.38 trillion market cap. Now, we've seen this up to a 12-cent price, and then it did resist from that 12-cent price, which was a $3 billion market cap. Now, CRO doesn't really have any brand new news that's happening there, but you still understand the strength of what crypto.com, CRO, and all of the underlying coins and tokens are all about. Anyways, we see it at a $2.4 billion market cap. We see the volume at a $20.2 million volume day, and we don't need to see a ridiculous volume day in order to see a major movement. Now, the highest price that CRO has gotten to, if we're going to go here, the highest price that CRO has gotten to was about 97 cents. So really resisting away from that dollar mark. Now, that was only like a $22 billion market cap. And the all-time low was about 1 cent. But we saw this at a level of like 4 cents or so during this last bear market. And it's great to see Kronos that's up. But how valuable can it truly be? Well, my prediction, right, for the short term and for the more realistic perspective has always hovered around $5, right? I'm looking at that $5 mark. I typically will see a level right below the $100 billion market cap. So we're looking at basically under 100 billion for those levels, which is absolutely a phenomenal gain, especially from a 5-cent mark. 5 cents to a dollar is a 20x return, right? You multiply that by 5 or multiply that by 4, it's an 80x return or a 100x return. So that would be a fantastic return for a lot of people. However, BNB was at a $120 billion market cap. Now, BNB sits here at $243 and sits at a $36 billion market cap. Almost more than 10 times where CRO actually is in a market cap. Now, people like to compare both, right? They like to compare BNB with CRO and say, look, the market cap will get up to this point and you'll see both of them at a comparable rate. The price will get up to here and you'll see both of them at a comparable rate. If CRO finds a way to get to BNB's price, at the current supply levels, it would be an insane move, right? It would be literally trillions of dollars, right? At that point. So we see that this comparison by price really can't be there unless we see one main thing happen, which would be to burn down the supply of CRO. Now, granted, they did already drop down 70 billion coins, so 70% of their supply. They've done it before, so why can't they do it again? So that's something that's always falls into people's minds, is like they could decrease the supply again and continuously find a way to decrease that with all the volume and all the movement that you do see within it, and something that could just happen directly on their platform, or anybody that has something that's associated with it, or something within their chain. Now, what some people don't know about CRO is they always think of it just as, that token. It flies by itself, and that's not really the case, right? It actually has the Kronos chain. And if you go over to cryptorank.io, it gives you a list of the different chains. And you can go through Kronos, you can go through BNB, you can go through Ethereum, and you can see what the value is of that chain, right? So we go down here, we're going to see how many things are actually created and how many things are on that chain, right? You could see Tether, you could see USDC, you could see Cardano, Cosmos, Dogecoin Mars, VVS Finance, Tectonic, all of these things that are created. There's about 44 different projects that are on the Kronos chain. So you have a lot of things going through that and using Kronos as a form of payment, which is definitely a big deal. But then you also have the Binance chain, right? The Binance chain has a lot more. We can definitely, tell you guys that Binance has a lot more associated with it. And if you look overall, you're going to see it has 2,445 different coins, different projects that are on the BNB network, the BNB chain. So when we value the two chains and we look at those, we see BNB is at a $289 billion market cap. And we scroll down here and we see Kronos is at a $141 billion market cap for everything that's included in there. You see $26 billion worth of volume overall that's there, and you see $36 billion worth of volume. I don't know how accurate all of these things actually are and what they include, if they're including every coin, and they can't really break down what the volume is or push out the volume, because if you have USDT, it's like now you have to go what is actually happening on that chain versus what's happening overall. So I don't really know how accurate that actually is, but I guess what they're doing is they're going through the different positions that are there, and then they're saying what they are worth rather than what they are worth on that chain specifically. So it's definitely something you have to be weary of, because some may overlap to different chains to say, what it's worth and what it could be worth. Kind of like what you're exploring in a market, right? If you create a product, you're looking at the market, you're like, it's a 16, 17, 20 trillion dollar market cap. It doesn't mean that your overall sales are going to be $20 trillion, right? So anyways, we look at the dominance right now. We're going to see BNB's dominance is at 4.48%. And obviously CRO's dominance is at 2.19%. So what does all this tell me when I look at this? Well, it tells me that they're definitely competing, right? You see that Kronos chain is working its way up. Things are being created on that chain, and people are liking the chain as well. You could see the movement that has happened in Kronos as of late compared to what we've seen in Binance, kind of holding steady. So, or BNB. And my opinion is that we could possibly see CRO take over BNB by market cap or by price. And the way that happens, I'm saying we could, I'm not saying that it will. The way that happens, and that's why a lot of people are basically taking like their CRO, and they have maybe 80,000 CRO, but they're going to leave like 1,000 or 5,000 CRO there for a very, very long time to see what crypto.com does with that position. Because if they burn off supply and it gets down to a million or 100 million coins or 500 million coins, that gives Kronos the freedom to push up in some of these prices to be worth more than BNB. You know what I mean? So the way that that happens again is by, being able to burn down that supply if you see it get to that point by price. But market cap is not difficult. If you believe the Kronos chain is going to be more valuable than BNB, then, go for it. I really can't say that one is going to be more valuable than the other. I mean, both of them are really cheap to go through transactions. There's a lot that's created on BNB right now. But Kronos is that kind of new kid on the block type of thing. Like, oh, let's create on Kronos. Kronos seems popular, so let's create on that. And if people are creating on that, you'll see way more than 2,000 coins that are being created. So in my opinion, there's always a chance, but it doesn't mean that it's 100%. Seeing BNB at $400 and seeing CRO at $500, that could be a possibility, but it's not 100% confirmed. And right now I'm looking at it as like, look, we need to just understand the two pieces and kind of keep them separate and, understand that CRO can hit its own level, BNB can hit its own level, but the important piece is that we can profit in the end from both of them. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.